Good afternoon. From Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at Collinsville High School, this is the 40th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, and this is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball. And good afternoon again. I'm Jeff Wellman as we get ready for the quest begins. And that quest, of course, is the elusive Collinsville tournament. It's been a while since we've won 5 in a row. We'll discuss that a little later on. But the Blue Devils are taking their 9-0 record in. Perfect this year against McCluer North Stars. Could be 1-4, could be 1-5. They're missing a couple scores out there, but all we know, they've got one victory against Jennings. Blue Devils picking up from last week, of course, winning at East Moline, and then the crosstown rivalry against Quincy Notre Dame on Saturday, winning 70-40 before we took the Christmas vacation. And after that break, the Devils are ready to get going. Of course, last night the Quincy High ladies won at Bloomington for their first round, and they'll play later on today. We'll hope to keep up with them as well. Speaking of keeping up on everything, Coach Pettit, and tell you, Coach, we got here a little early, and the first game before us went overtime between O'Fallon and Decatur MacArthur. The winner of that will face the winner of this ball game, and that was O'Fallon in that victory. Devils are worried about their own business.
Yeah, like I say, they're coming out. They've had a little bit of time off. Hopefully we don't have too much rust. But, a McCluer North team that's 1-5, lost to East St. Louis, lost to Chaminade, lost to John Burroughs, which, 3 pretty good teams, in the St. Louis area. So we'll see how we come out. But, once again, Blue Devils come out. They do what they're supposed to do, defensively, pushing the ball, off of the deflections and getting the easy looks in transition. That's what fuels the Blue Devils, and that's what they need to do tonight to be successful.
Coach, I will check with Mr. Baird in the science department to see how long it takes to actually create rust. So I think we've got it. We're only in a few days.
Well, like I say, it's one of those things where you might see a little bit of slow start. That's one thing I've always worried about, with this Blue Devil team. We've had some slow starts, in the past to where it's been rather close in the first quarter. Against a better team, we may have trouble coming back.
Well, there you go. It's the pregame show right here on MechaSportsCo.com. And, of course, it's the Blue Devils taking on the Stars. That's the North Stars, but it's the McCluer North Stars. And, of course, we talked to Coach. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach's comments, and that's brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group. As we are here, like we said, the 40th annual Collinsville tournament. It's going to be good. It's the Blue Devils taking on the Stars right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
For many, your home and auto are 2 of the biggest investments you'll make. With well-planned coverage from Pregame Insurance, you can rest easy. At Freiburg Insurance in Quincy, they're ready to talk with you about covering the things you care about most: your home, your car, and your family. At Freiburg Insurance, they'll be glad to review your insurance needs and put together a policy that fits you and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pekin Insurance.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And welcome back to the pregame show. And, of course, Coach's comments brought to you by the Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. With me, Andy Douglas, the head skipper. And I'm used to skipper. You guys have to start coaching baseball, too, if that's the way of the Blue Devils. First of all, did you have a Merry Christmas?
It was great. It was great. A couple days away and spent time with family. Got to be around them quite a bit, so can't complain.
All right, here we are, one of our favorite times of the holidays. It's Collinsville, and the quest begins, the elusive Collinsville tournament. But you got to do it one game at a time.
Yeah, you definitely have to. This is a tough tournament, always is. Luckily, it's unlike some of the others where you just go from Christmas Day to playing games that next day. Spent some time with Chris Harmon, and he's the head coach at Dixon, and they had to just wake up and go travel and play. So we at least had a day to get things together, get the guys on the court, and much needed. This is a tough tournament. Tough games all around. You're playing 2 games in 1 day, 4 games in a couple, 3 days. So we're looking forward to it.
Sounds great. Of course, the girls did have to get up and go, but it was an elite game last night, and they did put the victory out there, so congratulations to them. Everybody healthy? That's always the question.
Yeah, we got a couple guys banged up, but at this point of the season, you're going to have that. I mean, you're going to have sprained ankles, tweaked ankles. We got a couple of those, but all is well. Guys are looking good, ready to go.
We got the scouting report. We got McCluer North, the Stars. Again, they might be like 1-4. But it was Chaminade, St. Louis, Burroughs. I mean, they played good teams. But as we always talk, you might give me a little on the scouting report there, but it's really what the Devils do.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they tend to junk the game up a little bit. They run doubles at you at random times, like to double the ball at half court, beyond half court. So for us, it's just making sure that we dictate the tempo how we want it to be, push the ball when we want to push it, and eliminate them getting out in transition. And that's going to be the quest all tournament long. A lot of teams that want to get the ball out and run, watching, these 2 teams right here, they love doing that as well. So it's going to be, it's always a test. That first game, you're coming back, a couple days off practice. You always want to get off to a solid start. Luckily we've been able to do that last couple of years, looking to put one together today.
Sounds like a winner. Now, right before I got to talk to you, you were talking to Coach Alexander from Lincoln, and we always joke about the 1-2-2 between the two. Was he trying to get tips from the Andy Douglas man-to-man now?
No, they're still running the same stuff. He's been pretty dang successful with it.
And we've done a pretty good job of both,
right,
1-2-2
right.
and the man-to-man. I like that. So, let's have some fun.
Absolutely.
We'll catch you after the ball game.
Thank you very much.
And that's Andy Douglas. His comments are brought to you by Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. When we come back, it's the Blue Devils and the Stars from the Collinsville tournament on mechasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Cunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And welcome back to Collinsville here, as you heard from Coach there. And, of course, the Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. And, Coach, it's anytime you're coaching, you and I both know this, you worry about what you do best. You get a scouting report on the other team, but if you do what you do best, and I repeat that again, it's one of those that you get the job done. So many times, if you worry so much about the other team, you lose your focus on what you do best. And so I put 3 best in there in about the same paragraph. Awesome, though. But the Devils, really, if they come out on the defensive end and turn that to a transition on the offensive end, we should have a great day.
Well, you look at them, and when they're the best, they're going, 1-2-2, 3/4 court, getting fingertips on balls, creating, for easy transition, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 3-on-1s, and finishing around the rim and, throwing it down. That's what they do best. When they're in that mode, getting it after on the defensive end, this team is very, very good.
Now, one thing I have to do down here, first of all, for all those listeners out there, this is radio quotations only, or the audio. Collinsville now has gone to a subscription only, so we're back to the radio days. And from a radio guy, that's a good thing. Same way at State Farm. So if you're looking for a shot of the Raptors, you're not getting it. You're seeing the Mecca Sports Co. logo, and you're hearing us, and glad you're here with us as well. So, boy, like I said, this tournament is always such a good one. It's so much fun playing down here. I had a chance to talk to Bob Bone, a former coach here and a player, by the way, in the 70s, and I had forgot that
very good player.
Yeah, I forgot he coached at East Central at one time. Terry Thompson, Steve Ball, and Tracy Lewis all played for him. Pretty impressive, by the way. East Central's still a school. They just don't have a basketball team anymore. Coach Bone asked about them all, and what Coach just shared with me, he said, and I think he might have told me this before. He said, I got a call from Dick Thompson. Terry went up to Huron. He said, Coach, I want to let you know that my son is getting his college degree today, and a lot of that has to do with you. That is so impressive that, again, basketball is one thing. Life's a whole nother thing. And Dick Thompson, hey, when Dick Thompson reaches out like that, but anyway, that's some cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. Dick Thompson was, a pillar of the community, an icon, and when Dick Thompson says something, you know it's true.
Oh, and Bob Bone, of course, I met him years ago with the Online Scouting Network, had a lot of conversation with him about the Larry Moore days. He just reminded me that he played against Tony Ball when he was a sophomore, that meaning Coach Bone, and Tony could play. He could jump and also could score as well. Those are some good old teams. So, well, I got to readjust myself here in the pregame because normally the lights go out, Titus Petty comes out and runs as the devil, and we have all the hoop.
So we don't have a K-Hawk coming out? No.
Yeah,
Collinsville's not playing.
We've got nothing like that. So we'll take our break. When we come back, the starting lineups, of course, brought to you by Blessing Health and Blessing Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We've got you covered from head to toe.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
And back at Collinsville, Virgil Fletcher, Floor, and you've heard Coach Petty, if you've listened before, talk about this. We both enjoyed 1977-78, the last season of Virgil Fletcher's coaching career. We didn't enjoy it as much, though, because it was Larry Stallings, Ray, Bella Bradick, Gary Kirkermeyer as a young player who had come on to Quincy University, Quincy College at the time, by the way. But just to be in the presence of that legend at the end of his career.
I mean, Coach Fletcher, 700-plus wins, 100-plus losses. Anybody that does that in high school basketball over his tenure, he built teams.
By the way, congratulations to Darren Lee, the coach of the K-Hawks, as he got his 750th victory earlier this year. Wow, I love it. Collinsville is doing a presentation on Coach Tom Lepper.
Coach Lepper was a fixture at the Collinsville Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament for many years. At this time, please observe a moment of silence for Coach Lepper and his family. Thank you.
What a nice tribute here from Collinsville. Not only that, that was the quietest I've ever heard this gymnasium.
First for the visiting McCluer North Stars.
Visiting team's going to be the McCluer North Stars. As we mentioned, 1-4, 1-5, 1-6. They're one of those records. They're wearing black trimmed in white. Their starting lineup looks like this. They'll go at number 0, Kendall Van Dyke, a 6'3" senior. Number 1, Teron Brooks. He's a 5'11" junior. Number 3, Harrison Bailey Howard. Bailey Howard's the hyphen, 6'3" senior. Number 13, Aaron Amakabua. Oh, it's going to be a good one today. 6'3" senior, and I didn't get that one right. And number 25, Kenton Robinson, 6'5" senior.
We'll call him Double A.
You know that is. It was. For those out there spelling A-K-O-M, Akamb. Belwa. Yeah, that's pretty good there. By the way, they are coached by Rashid Lindsay. And now the home team, your Quincy High Blue Devils. And, of course, they are all seniors, and I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. You already know that. Starting at one guard, number 5, Cameron Wires, 5'10". BL3, that's Bradley Longcourt III, number 12 at 6'4". Dom Clay, number 14, 6'3". Mark Louthan, number 20, and he's 6'5". And rounding the lineup, your new all-time career rebounder for the Blue Devils, number 42, Keyshawn Thomas at 6'6". They are coached by Andy Douglas, assisted by Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Jeff Obert. And by the way, a great tribute there that was sent out on video. Mike Payne, Keith Douglas, Bruce Douglas, Dennis Douglas, his mom, and by the way, that was Beanie Hickman, the other one. A lot of people were throwing out different names like Tony Ball and everything else. Beanie Hickman on that one. Well, we are ready to go here, and of course, we're on the end zone again on one end. I don't think I shot a picture on this one today. I'll have to shoot one out a little later on. Familiar with last year as well. So the Devils will be coming into our living room, or our picture. No right to left on your dial. And we're ready to go. The 40th annual Christmas tournament. And I don't think it's been 40 of Prairie Farms. Wasn't it called Schnooks for a number of years?
I believe so.
So here's the opening tip. Laughlin loses the tip. Actually, who wins the tip is Robinson on the other side. Devils come out man-to-man. Wires hounding out front. Ball left side. Going double post. We didn't see much double post this year on the low blocks. Drive, partially blocked shot. Good job by Lauthan, picking the ball up, BL3. No, that was actually Dom Clay. Good block by Lauthan on that one. Glad you're joining us here. Jeff Wellman along with Dave Pettit, MechaSportsCo.com. Goes down the low block. Good pass from the right to the left. Partially blocked long course shot. We're heading the other direction for the Stars. Across the timeline, Brooks. Brooks goes left side. He goes to Bailey Howard. 3 on the perimeter. The big guy's inside. Robinson. And yes, Big A. I'll get him down by the end of the day. Turnaround shot. There, your first score of the ball game. Inside, Teron Brooks for the Stars. Devils coming down with the offense.
They've had a couple of good looks here. You know, first 2 possessions, nothing's went down yet.
Pass over left side. Up. Good
there
from 3. BL3 off the left side. And that three-pointer is brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Devils up 3-2.
Good set by Coach Douglas.
Man-to-man still. Good hesitation. Dribbles there. Missing on the shot, but almost looked like a pass. Keyshawn got the rebound. In transition. Oh, a nice lead. Good job by Keyshawn. Had the shot blocked. Official made a good call, but I think Keyshawn released the ball when he got it blocked and regained it. But I'll give him a good call on that.
Well,
he had the ball on top.
We'll take that better than a travel, turnover. So
Dom to send it in.
Oh.
BL3 made a cut. Was there briefly. Reset the offense. 6:20 left, first quarter action. Keyshawn from the left corner. No good. Comes back into that corner. Rebounded there by the Stars. Big A. Aaron. Oh, it is Aaron. So it's double A is a nice idea. Thanks, Coach. Weak side rebound, Keyshawn for the Devils. Fast-paced game the first 2 minutes. In transition, Lauthan starts to drive, getting bumped. Kicks it back out in the right corner. Quickly, 3 passes around the perimeter. BL3 goes baseline. Good. He beats his man. That's Brooks.
Good patience on the offensive end by the Blue Devils.
BL3 the first 5 for the Devils. Up 5-2 early in this one. Great way to spin. Oh, and here's BL3 with a steal from behind. Up and throws it down. BL3 with the dunk.
It's BL3 7, the Stars 2.
And with that, a quick timeout. We'll take one. 5:33 left in the first quarter. Blue Devil basketball on MechaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
Back after the short 30-second timeout there. First 2 points of the game, McCluer North. Next 7, BL3 and the Devils.
Once again, the defense turning into easy offense, for the Blue Devils.
Back to man for the Devils. Again, Coach, has there been many teams that we've actually had 2 guys playing on the low post?
No.
Especially in today's offenses. Wires picking up Brooks out high. Forcing him left side. Brooks and Bailey Howard seem to be the 2 handling the basketball. Bailey Howard pulls up with a nice little 12-footer. And good, breaks that 7-point run by the Devils. Back to the half-court set for the Devils. Off the right side. This time they're guarding BL3 a little closer. Backdoor cut.
Pass.
Dom Plus. Oh, Keyshawn Thomas pass. Dom Clay with the backdoor cut.
That's
was
one of
sweet.
those pick and slips right there.
On the other end, breaking the basket was Brooks. Got by wires for a quick score. Now, is the pace more of ours, Coach, or is it more set for the Stars?
I think it's more for ours right now.
Keyshawn made a spin on the block, falls, kicks it out to the opposite corner. Ball stays on the perimeter. BL3 from 23 off the front of the iron. Falls in front of the basket. Double A with a rebound from the Stars. In transition, Dom Clay did a great job of slapping at the ball. It went off the leg of the Stars. That was double A with a basketball. And it'll be Blue Devil basketball. First sub of the ball game. Donner Dampier for the Stars. 4:18 left. First quarter action. 9-6. Blue Devils with the lead. Officials already telling Coach over there, Coach Rashad, all right, take it easy, be a little quiet. Oh, bad pass to the middle. Not bad pass, but good defense there for the steal. All the way to the basket, though. Louthan with good defense. As Jalen Wright was in the game. I guess he snuck in on me as well. Wright did a good job in the steal. Then Louthan beat him to the spot, and he threw up a shot off the board. Devils basketball halfway through the first quarter. Little half-quarter press now. Louthan had the ball in the corner, had the three, but dropped the ball for a second. Now he gets it back after a pass to Clay. Shot from the corner, no good. Devils just going with Thomas as the only rebounder as all four drop back to play D. Keyshawn out on the point now playing D against Bailey Howard. Doing a good job beating him to the point. Oh, great job by Keyshawn. Bumped him off just a second. The shot went up, bounced twice, went in for Bailey Howard, and we have a foul under the basket. Bailey Howard now has 4. Brooks also with 4. It's a 9-8 game. Foul was called against the Stars. Foul was called on Quasi Hughes. His first foul of the ball game, by the way. Back in the ball game. Kenton Robinson, the big guy inside, number 25.
Well, McCluer North's taking a book out of, the Quincy High, going 1-2-2, three-quarter court, putting pressure on the ball, disrupting the offensive flow, of the Blue Devils.
And this one kind of sets up more as a man, it looks like, as the officials now discussing. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Because
I have no
the foul,
idea.
unless I know the foul didn't occur before the shot went up and they erased the shot. And of course we can only guess at what Coach is talking to the officials about. Coach Lindsay, that is, for the Stars.
Well, and that was one of those shots that bounced, went up in the air, bounced again, then went in. The foul happened while they were jockeying for position, for the rebound.
And that went against the Stars on that. 3:29 left, first quarter action. Blue Devils 9, Stars 8. Blue Devils home that 7-point run after giving the Stars the first bucket of the game. Glad you're with us out there.
Well, now we're shooting 2 free throws, so I don't know what happened.
Oh. I would have to say something had to be intentional. Not technical, but intentional. BL3 is going to shoot them either way. There it is. Not having a player in the book. So, again, you've got to have everybody in the book, and that he's turned to his assistant and he's got to say, hey, you just cost us 2 points. Now, the game before, they started off with 2 points. And I wasn't sure, because we missed it, if it was dunking in the pregame. But I don't think it can be in the book until you actually enter the game. But either way, Devils get 2 points out of it and the basketball. Up 11-8. High post is Keyshawn. Setting a screen for Dom. Dom pulls up, 15-footer, no good. Keyshawn, strong rebound. Off with the left, no good. Got in there, comes up limping just a little bit. I think he got knee to knee on that one. That is Keyshawn. Off the left side now, bringing it back out is Bailey Howard.
He's grabbing at his ankle.
Ankles. Talking about that banged up a little bit before, Coach. And he wears the one longer sock and one short sock. Maybe I think his ankle's taped on that side. Inside 3 minutes. Devils staying in the man-to-man. High post. Brooks sends it in to the big guy Robinson. Comes back out, and a little quick step there on the outside. Bailey Howard travels Blue Devil basketball.
You know, when you talked to me at, 4+ minutes to go and it was 9-8, I was thinking, Blue Devil pace, 20 points, 75 for the game, which I think that's where they would like to play. Now it's back to McCluer North pace.
Well, as we broke that down before the game, we forgot to tell you, Devils are averaging about 73 a game. 38, the horn goes off. Giving up 38, and on the other side, for the games that we had, the Stars give up about 64 and score 54. So as you can see, they don't mind it being a little bit, but it's usually the other team. But again, we mentioned their opponents early in the season, not too shabby.
Well, yeah, a very good, your first 6 games, you got 3 teams that are, probably going to win or be in the contention to win state championships over in Missouri.
Indeed. All right, we're back to the action now with 2:34 left in the first. Devils have the ball in the half-court set. Wires, 30 feet from the basket, hands off to Dom Clay. Around the perimeter left side, Lauthen. Clay was there briefly on the pass, but didn't go inside. Devils will keep it around the perimeter and share. BL3 gets inside.
Good pass.
He takes 3 guys with him, and then a shuffle pass into Keyshawn for the bucket. Give the assist to BL3.
Easy reverse layup for Keyshawn after the good move by BL3.
And he almost got fouled on the play. That's being BL3. Steal by Cameron Wires.
Yep.
Wires coming in, taking it all the way. Got bumped twice before he got to the basket.
Got hammered.
By Teron Brooks. Then he got hammered, yes. And so Cameron will go to the line to shoot 2.
I think he got fouled 3 times going to the basket on that one.
6 shots then? Well, when only 2 are shooting. There you are. Now, how about that? You start going with the severity of the foul, too.
Well,
that was a severe foul. We'll give you 8
shots.
Well,
it was bang, bang, and then hammer.
Teron Brooks, his first foul. Second team foul for the Stars. Lauthen going to take a break. Trace Ruth in the ball game.
Well, that's one thing about Wires. I love, make or miss, he's going to push the ball up the floor and be aggressive, on the offensive end.
One more for Wires. Both come off. 0 for 2 on that trip. Inside 2 minutes, but a steal by Dom Clay. Up and throws it down over Bailey Howard. No, double A came up.
Well, once again, Wires putting pressure on the ball on the inbounds pass after he missed both free throws.
Putting the pressure out in full court.
There we are.
Causes the ball to be bounced around. It does end up in the left side, and boy, right in the hands of double A for a 3-pointer.
Last 3 possessions, that's what you want to see on the defensive end by the Blue Devils.
15-11 Devils lead. That took away their 6 run. They've got a 7 and a 6 in the first. Keyshawn backing in. Keyshawn, the quick turn and made it. I'll tell you, that's a great move against Hughes. He got a bump and then took it hard to the hole.
Keyshawn's got to be the man in this game, taking it at the defense of the McCluer North Stars.
The man just got the rebound on the opposite side, too. BL3 has it off the left wing. 1 minute left in the quarter. Goes in. Touch finger roll, no good. Little scoop by BL3.
Well, and Keyshawn almost got the offensive rebound.
In transition.
Whoa.
Oh, and a good drive there. And really, Bailey Howard got the avenue to the basket by a screen by his big man, and really it wasn't a screen. He was just getting out of the way. 17-13, 40 seconds left in the first. Wires across the timeline, man-to-man from the other side. Brooks on him. Let's drop it down to the right block. Keyshawn, spin move, double team, triple team, and a foul. Looks like this one should be number 0. We'll check that out. Sure enough, that's Kendall Van Dyke, his first. 3rd team foul for the Stars. Check it, 4th. Devils with 0. Of course, only 30.8 in the first quarter. Keyshawn to the line to shoot 2.
Devils have definitely been the, offensive aggressor, here in the first quarter.
You know what's great about Keyshawn's move? He's strong on the hole at the block, but what he's doing now, he's getting that spin move so quick. So he's already by the first guy. Next guy comes to help, and even a 3rd guy. And if he doesn't go hard to the hole then, he's got a quick pass to somebody who's open because he's got 3 of the guys on him. 1 out of 2 for Keyshawn. 18-13, 5-point lead. Devils going to go in the 1-2-2. Jairus Rice Jr. comes in. Devils steal the ball. In transition. Left corner. Cameron Wires for a 3-pointer.
Good kick by Roos.
Wires hits. That brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Shot no good. Ball's on the ground. And Keyshawn keeping it alive. 2 of the stars were there, so we said maybe not a double bonus the rest of the quarter.
Well, yeah,
with
we are.
8.3, we were going to be there.
Two gift free throws here for Keyshawn.
The 5th foul there on McCluer for the first quarter. In the old days, you would have taken a couple more before you even got a 1-and-1. Kind of beat that one in the ground, don't I? I'm beating a dead horse on that one.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. First one off the front of the iron. Didn't stay with it and almost leaned a little bit off of that one ankle.
Leaned a little bit back to the left, and that's where the shot ended up being. A little bit off and to the left and short.
Jalen Wright
Stay
checks
on
in
the
for the
line.
Stars.
There you go.
And he does on that one. Nice job, Coach. 2 out of 4 from him on the charity stripe. 22-13, 8.3 left in the first quarter. 1-2-2 coming out of the Devils. Trying to dribble through it. You had Wires and Rice Jr. closing down late. Otherwise, it would have been a steal. With 3.5, the first one on the Devils will go against Cameron Wires.
And that's okay with 3.5 seconds. You want to be aggressive at it. You know, not let them get an easy look at the basket.
Terry Cornell also checked in for the Stars. In the backcourt, 3 seconds. Wires is right there. Long shot,
Good
contested,
challenge.
air ball. And, of course, looking for the call you're not going to get. We played a quarter at Collinsville. The Blue Devils 22, the Stars 13, and it's Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
And back at Collinsville here after one quarter. Blue Devils 22, Stars 13. As we opened up the first quarter, actually the ball game, McCluer North with the first basket. Longcore with the next 7 points at the 5:33 mark, timeout. Gave a basket up to McCluer. We took one as well. McCluer came back with 2 after that. It was a 9-8 game, and then the Devils went on a 6-point run. And at the end of the quarter, they're on a 5-point run right now. So first quarter, 7, 6, and 5 for our runs. I guess the next one's going to be 4, which is not really a run. But a pretty good first quarter for the Devils.
Well, and I liked it when they picked up, you know, the end of the first quarter when they came out 1-2-2, 3-quarter court, got very aggressive, you know, and picked up 2-3 steals, you know, on about probably 4 possessions, and, you know, pushed it down and got easy looks.
Stars will get the ball to start the second quarter. Devils will come out man-to-man. Wires, Ruth, BL3, Rico Clay Jr. in the game, as well as Jarius Rice Jr. Shot no good off the right side. We'll give you the lineup here in a minute for the Stars. Devils get the rebound, though, and in transition. Crossover in through the legs. Longcore, right side. Ruth on the right wing. Comes back to the top. Cameron Wires trying to use Clay. Giving Keyshawn a little break here on that ankle or whatever happened there. Rice Jr. at the top. BL3 gets the ball and says, let's reset. Stars staying in man-to-man. Right side, Wires. Kind of picked up a screen from Rico. Now it goes over right wing. Shot taken from 3. No good by BL3. Good rebound inside by the big man, Kenton Robinson. In transition, Brooks on the right side along with Bailey Howard. Robinson's on the post. Nice reverse layup. Actually, it went in from the right to the left side. That's Bailey Howard. And then behind his back with the little roll off the finger.
No weak side help by the Blue Devils on that defensive set. Good take.
Good job by Ruth. That's a take. Didn't get the foul. Weak side rebound, though, the Stars. Here goes Brooks again to the basket. Brooks, oh, and he has that ball go all the way around the basket on the layup and pops out. So with 6:32 left, first half action. Devils 22, Stars 15. Louthan's going to come back in. Nice job by Trace Ruth and his time in there. So the Devils with BL3, Wires, Rice Jr., Clay Jr., and Louthan. Oh, Wires in the backcourt, dribbled it off his foot. Somebody's got to come help. There's BL3. And he gets across the timeline in time. And then a cheap foul coming from behind. And really was trying to get out of the way, but BL3 made the move just into him.
Well, I tell you what, that was a good foul out by the volleyball line, because BL3 had, a straight shot to the basket, for either a layup, dunk, or an easy pass for a layup.
Terry Cornell, his first foul on the Star side. Devils back for the basketball. Working around the left side.
Good
and a great pass. BL3's behind the arc, drawing guys to him. One guy left Rico, and he dropped it off to him, and Rico with the basket.
Pick and roll is a beautiful play in basketball.
It's a sweet thing. Off the left side, Bailey Howard, no good. A fader, good defense from the Devils.
Good
in
pass.
Transition, and there it is.
Pass.
Touch pass from the left side from Longcourt. Give him the assist. Give Rico Clay Jr. his second basket in a row. Devils up 26-15. And a three-pointer in transition from the corner. Hopping to the bench, though, Bailey Howard. He hits the three from the corner. I don't know if he stepped on a shoe or if he
stepped
twisted
on his
something.
foot, I believe.
Timeout quickly taken.
It was a good, close out by Louthan, good challenge, made it in. But I think when he came down, he pushed out a little bit with his foot, hit Louthan's foot, came down on it wrong. And a key ball player for this McCluer North team.
I was going to say the guards with Teron Brooks and also Bailey Howard. Bailey Howard right now, he had 6 in the first. He's got 5 in this quarter. He's got 11 points of their 18, so they don't want to see him go down.
No, key part, especially offensively for the Stars.
Good job by the Devils so far. 5 different guys in the scoring column. Devils hit 2 threes in the first quarter. Thank you, Woodmark Building Center. Make sure you go out and see Kevin out here during the holidays. Check in your new design for your kitchen, your bathroom, or maybe go buy a widget.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they got some nice stuff out there. I walked through it, gorgeous stuff.
Yep. And if Dink looks confused when you come out asking for a widget, check the cloud, you might find it in there. Now everybody's going to check what is a widget. If you took business in college back in the day, you'll know what it is.
Well, just make sure you tell them Mecca Sports sent you out there.
5:34 left in the first half. Devils have the basketball with some pressure now being applied. Boy, they're wearing out right back and forth between BL3 and Wires passing. Right side Louthan on the 45. BL3 cut down. It wasn't there. Wires hesitation. Oh, he double dribbled. They didn't catch it. He lost the ball. Rice inside to Rico Clay. Back out on the right. Inside out. Good from 3. Cameron Wires assists Rico Clay.
Well, once again, you get the paint touches. You kick it out. Step into the 3. You shoot a much better percentage.
29-18. 5 left in the first half. Devils up by 11. Staying in that one. Now back to the 1-2-2 or into the 1-2-2 in the half-court set. Another acrobatic shot. We've done a good job on defense.
I thought that was good defense right there. Very good defense.
We've done a good job, like we said, on defense because the shot they're taking is a low percentage shot.
They're tough shots.
Thrown over their shoulder. This bailout, though, sends Teron Brooks to the line to shoot 2. 4:50 left in the first. A foul was called on Rico Clay Jr. First of the Devils in the second quarter. Teron Brooks is the point guard that really handles the ball well. Second free throw is good for Brooks. 29-19, Devils by 10. Rice Jr. with the basketball across the timeline. Crossover dribbles to Wires. 2-guard offense, even though it's man-to-man at front. Here we got on the left wing. Wires made a cut. He was on the block. Hey, in the short corner, he's going to do a turnaround fade, and he got bailed out there as Mark Pearson III commits his first foul. And Wires to the line to shoot 2. I think Cameron, he was down on the block, took that short corner, and then faded because he thought he had it. Pearson closed out nice, but fouled him on the wrist.
Cameron was at a place where he is not comfortable at. Catching the ball on the block, and, fading away from 12 foot. He's a lot better, taking it to the hole hard or spotting up for a 3. Kind of a different spot for him. Ended up okay, though.
Missed the first free throw. Good news is, during that break, some of the Devils got a break. Keyshawn comes back in, Louthan and BL3, Dom and Wires. So the starting lineup back in here. Second one is good for Cameron. 30-20, or 30-19, excuse me. Almost halfway through the second quarter, Devils in that 1-2-2 in the half-court set. Oh, and a great job, Louthan. Louthan did a good job of moving his feet right in front of the Devils bench. It forced the Stars to step out of bounds.
That's one of those secondary traps that you have on the 1-2-2 where you let them get over half court, and then the 2-row and the 3-row trap, you know, at about the volleyball line. That ended up very well for the Blue Devils.
Devils with the offense in the half-court set. Louthan looking inside for Thomas. He gets it. Oh, and a pass. There goes Louthan cutting to the basket. That was sweet, as down on the block and stepping off the block was Thomas. And a minute to get double teamed, he dropped a bounce pass in for Louthan. Didn't get the shot because he was fouled and marked to the line for 2.
That's one thing you don't hear a lot about in Key's game is that his passing ability, you know, when he gets double teamed, finding the open, you know, the open shooter and or the open cutter.
Substitutions, 3 of them coming from the Stars. We'll pick it out in a second here. Foul was called on Jalen Wright, the first for him. For McCluer, 3rd team foul in this quarter against the Stars. 4:07 left in the half. That's the first half, folks. 31-19 off the front of the iron for the second one, so it seems like we get 1 out of 2 for the last 4 trips. Bradley Loncourt III hit that 2 for not having the player in the book. Good defense there. We almost stole the first one, but the pass out from Van Dyke was stolen by the Devils.
Good back tip by Dom.
Left side, Wires looking inside for Thomas. Goes behind his back. Now resets the offense. BL3 backs it up. Sends it over to the left side.
Pick and roll. Here we go.
Keyshawn comes out. We're 30 feet from the basket. BL3 hesitate. Now he passes out in the corner. Louthan misses the 3. Boy, Thomas and Wires were both there, and it was almost like, I got it, you take it, but then it went off one of the feet, and it wasn't a kick, but there must have been the advantage because they will give it back over to the Stars. And that is the key, because unless you're actually kicking the ball, if it hits your foot, that means nothing. If you gain an advantage, that's usually where the officials say, advantage gain, that ain't working. Devils in the 1-2-2, 3-quarter court. Wires at the point. Dom and BL3, that's Dom Clay. High post now. Louthan and Thomas Lowe. Oh, and pulling up for a 3-point, Bailey Howard. Guess that ankle isn't bothering him so bad.
I think he's okay.
I would say so. He's lighting them up for all the points, almost. 3 minutes left, 31-22, second quarter. Stepping up the high post, and Keyshawn was going low to BL3. He had the shorter Terry Cornell on him, but launched that thing as if he was Mike Payne at 6'11". Maybe not that bad.
Well, and BL3's like, okay, get it down here to me where I can catch it and do something with it. You know, about shoulder high, be good.
Or a bounce pass, which gives time for a person to go get it. In the half-court set, Stars. Devils in that 1-2-2. At the point, that's one of the new guys, Terry Cornell in. Goes inside, no good on the shot. Keyshawn with a rebound. Long pass from Loncourt down to Clay. Clay went up like his brother as a receiver. Dom got it and went strong to the hole for the bucket. Boy, that was pretty nice there. That did look like Rico in football season. Devils 33, Stars 22, almost a steal by Clay. They get it to Bailey Howard. His shot almost goes in but comes out. And Devils basketball as the ball was tipped on the outlet pass.
Good defense by Louthan on that possession.
And that was a good pass from BL3 at the free throw line extended on the far end, across court on the free throw line extended on this end. Dom on the run, up, caught it, took it to the hole. 2 minutes left in this quarter. BL3 on the right side. Keyshawn on the block now. Keyshawn, the short hook, no good. Slipped a little bit from his hands. Bailey Howard got the rebound. Long pass up. Wires tried to get to there. Back to the top. Van Dyke. 14-footer, well contested, and that is a good shot. Good defense, but just a little better shot. 33-24. Devils with a lead. 1:30 counting in the first half. BL3 drives up. Nice left hand off the glass, and that was a soft touch by Bradley.
Could have almost been a three-point attempt. Oh.
And a foul out in the backcourt. Cameron Wires going to be whistled for number 2. I look for coach to pick up in a sub right now. Sure enough, we do not want Cameron getting a third one with 1:20 left in the first half.
Just a little bit too aggressive, on that possession.
Jareus Rice Jr. into the ball game right now. 1:20 left in the half. Stars with the basketball. Cornell comes across the timeline, back to the man-to-man for the Blue Devils in the half-court set. The big man Robinson used to exchange the ball, left wing to the left corner. Stays on the left side, Bailey Howard with it. Rice in front of him. Robinson sets a screen. Wasn't a switch, it was a double team, and it stayed with it. Robinson got the ball inside, and his ball bounced 3 or 4 times as well on the rim and went in. Inside a minute here, Devils still lead by 9. BL3, we always talk about maybe running one play, but again, if the offense sets to score, it will. Here it is, BL3 drives to the basket, shoots in the right corner. No good for the three-pointer.
Oh, no way.
And BL3 was running the baseline, came out and got the weak side rebound, and the official said, no, you went out of bounds and came back in.
Well, he was out of bounds. He came back in, but he was around the block, which that's an awful long step.
Right. Once you establish yourself in,
yeah.
Unless you're the person that passes the ball and comes back in, that should have been fine in Devils basketball. 20 seconds left in the half. Cornell trying to work against Rice. Comes back, Van Dyke shot, good defense by Louthan has had 2 or 3 times inside, once outside at least, if not twice, contested shots, and that came up an air ball.
Well, 6'5", got a lot of length. His effort on defensive ends unquestionable.
Devils have the basketball. We're down to 10 seconds as BL3 just getting to half court. Down to 6. We got to get rolling here. Works right side. Longcourt is going to pull up from 3 from the right side, fading a little bit. No good. And the buzzer for the first half is there. Devils will take a 35-26 lead to the locker room.
Yeah, I say kind of a blah first half as far as I'm concerned, by the Blue Devils. I think they could have put this team away, but this team plays hard, it's very athletic, and they've got a couple 3 players that, if you don't watch them, they're going to put the ball in the hole.
And it starts with their guards out there at Brooks and Bailey, especially Bailey Howard, doing all the scoring out there. Well, a quick 16 minutes, Coach. I don't like how fast these games are going these days. And we do not have, because I didn't look, we don't have a shot clock, do we?
No.
So we've anticipated most of the holiday tournaments to have that shot clock. So, whew.
We're 0 for 2.
You got her there. So, hey, it's about time for halftime. We'll do a little break here and tell you what's happening down here at Collinsville. But at the half, it's the Blue Devils 35, the Stars 26, and it's Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And back here at Collinsville, halftime. I tell you, even the breaks seem to go flying by so far here. This has been a good first half, a quick first half. I've only needed the edge of my seat. Thank goodness that's all I paid for. As it's 35-26 in this one. I'm not sure I used much of the seat either, Coach. Started off like this. McCluer started with the first score of the game. Devils with 7 straight. That's BL3 for those 7. Timeout, 5:33. A couple baskets back and forth. Devils were only up 9-8. They went on a 6-point run, and they would add a 5-point run at the end of the quarter. After one, Devils led 22-13. Really, the second quarter was back and forth, and the Devils seemed to be getting 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe, but still take a 9-point lead in at the half.
Well, yeah, second quarter was basically played even. You know what I mean? And, you know, the Blue Devils on the defensive end, I think, need to, you know, get out and do some more pressuring, you know, like they did, you know, in the first quarter, you know, to turn them over. So, you know, I think they need to get after it a little bit more on the defensive end. Obviously, giving them 26 points, and they average giving up what? 38, 30.
They give it, oh, yeah, Devils, yes.
39 a game. You know, I mean, they're almost to what they give up for a game, you know, in the first half. So they're going to have to pick it up on the intensity level on the defensive end, you know. And, you know, I tell you what, this is a very athletic team. You know, when they shoot those outside shots, you need to make sure you get a body on somebody, too, because I think they've got a couple offensive putbacks, you know, that hurt the Devils to where, you know, if the Devils make a few free throws, they don't get those offensive putbacks, you're looking at a, you know, 18 to 20-point lead going into the second half.
Devils on defense have had a lot of, you know, contested. I mean, they've been out really contesting shots. Lofton, as I mentioned a number of times out there, a few air balls have come up for the Stars due to that coming out on the shots, too. So that's a good thing. When you're in there, obviously you can talk about some of the things you need to work on in the first half. And, you know, the one thing I think you can't work on, you just got to go out and just be free, and that's free throws. You're 6 for 12 from the line. Nothing coach can say or draw up on there that will change anything you do 15 feet on the charity stripe.
Well, and I think another thing that they need to do more of, you know, especially at the start of the second half, you know, is get the ball down to Keyshawn on the block, because they're basically going one-on-one against him, you know, and then when they come and double team, Keyshawn's kicking it out for the wide open looks. You know, I think a lot of our three-point shots have been off the dribble, contested looks, to where if we go inside, they kick it out, we're stepping into it. You know, it's a much better look for us, and we're going to shoot a much higher percentage.
Yeah, we hope you're all enjoying it out there in Quincy or wherever you're at for the holidays. Looking up here, I must say, Mike Crow stopped by to say hi. So for those who have been worried about Mike, he got out of this double hernia surgery. It's only been 4 weeks, and he still got over here. He said he's moving along. No softball yet, and yes, he still was playing softball out there. Hey, a shout-out to Steve and Debbie Niederhauser, their family, and all the Niederhausers out there, as they, I'm sure, had a great holiday. That includes Coach Bruner, who we offered for him to come on down here. I think he likes sitting at home listening to us better, and we'll take that. Yes?
I think so. I hope so. You know what I mean? We try to be entertaining down here while we're watching the game, but, you know, we're going to give you what's going on.
And when it's this fast-paced, sometimes we find ourselves speed, and this is what you do on defense when you get teams to pressure and speed up. You know, you're speeding them up to get them off kilter. You're not going to speed us up. You're just turning us from 45 to 78 speed. So, hey, and looking out there also, these guys are going everywhere. Mike Bowen and Jim Ed McGinn in the house tonight. They stopped by to say hi to us, so we always want to give a shout-out to them. Looking around out there as well, try to give some call-outs to you. And
well, shout-out to Bear. He said hi before the game. Dennis.
Fantastic. And, of course, we got to say hi to Keith, because otherwise, you know, he is listening all the time, and he'll give us feedback as well. And that's to all the Douglas family and to all your families out there as well. Well, Coach, if you're in the locker room and you're Coach Douglas, you know, nobody underestimates any teams. You can never do that. And McCluer, you know, their guards are good. If their bigs were a little stronger, they can be a handful.
Well, and that's why I say, you know, every time we fed it down to Key, you know, on the block, you know, good things happen, whether him taking it strong to the hole and finishing or getting double or triple teamed, you know, and then kicking it out for the wide open looks. You know, I think the offense needs to run through Key, you know, in the second half.
Well, I'm waiting till we can continue to pass that ball inside, as I can call out that great Bill Murray line at the end of Scrooged, as well back to a Little House of Horrors. You're not going to get it right now until we actually start doing it. You'll hear me call it out at some point. It's halftime here at Collinsville. We will rock yous on the thing, and we're hoping second half the Devils will rock the Stars with a big victory here at Collinsville. Devils lead 35-26 at the half. It's Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance, your local independent Pekin insurance partner, is proud to support young people in sports and academics in the Quincy area. After the game, make a note to stop by their office and discuss your current policies and future needs for your business, home, auto, and family. Pekin Insurance offers a variety of plans to meet your coverage needs. Give Freiburg Insurance a call at 217
At Blessing Health, our podiatrists and podiatric surgeons understand the importance of getting you back on your feet. When you experience foot or ankle pain or injuries, our team of experts is dedicated to restoring your mobility and relieving your pain. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
Back at halftime here at Collinsville. You know, I'm left there with Queens We Will Rock You. You know when that came out?
1978.
You got it. And I remember that quite well, the Macomb tournament. A team from Notre Dame who had lost all their seniors but won the tournament the year before goes up there with guys like Bob Daly and Dirk Kill and Jeff Wellman and a whole bunch of juniors and got third place. And we rocked that van with We Will Rock You. Thank goodness Lee Conover had such a good heart and they could tolerate that stuff. I tell you, I don't know that Phil Conover in Spanish would have. Maybe they would have, because I can remember Phil really loving Nazareth, love hurts back in the day. So, and good stuff back there from. And by the way, congratulations to Notre Dame last night. They were a lower seed against Aurora Christian. They put a hurting on them.
Well, I saw at the third period, I saw they were up by, 16, 17. I'm like, okay. They're going to do well. Now, who they got next round? Is it Pecatonica?
Coach, that might be, but I haven't looked that far there because that's up north somewhere, and I worry right here. Who's the Devils going to pull out on the floor in the second half?
Well, it's like who's going to show up, who's going to play, what are they going to do?
Here we go. Devils will have it to start the second half. They'll be shooting at the far basket here. Starters are still there. Wires, Clay, BL3. Louthan and Keyshawn.
I used to always say the first 3 minutes of the second half, if you're up by 9, stretch it out to 18, 20. You know what I mean? If you're down by 9, you got to cut it down to 2. That's not a good start.
His pass was deflected. Good hands, although it was telegraphed. And here come the Stars. Bailey Howard, 16-footer, no good. Robinson gets the rebound. Bailey Howard goes in. Thomas comes out on him, no good. And a good job by Thomas up for the rebound. Bailey Howard missed 2 in a row. And not his frustration, but his aggressive rebounding will have his first foul and the first foul of the second half.
Well, he missed a shot, went and got a rebound, missed a second shot, then tried to get a second rebound. Keyshawn just had better position on that one.
Brooks, Bailey Howard, double A. Robinson. Trying to check my other starter there for the Stars. Devils almost throw the ball away. Louthan gets it, but then has it taken from his leg. And on the other end with a two-hand dunk, Bailey Howard starts the scoring off in the second half. Little pressure. As you talked in the pregame, Coach talked about this team likes to junk it up a lot and send 2 guys at you. They just did it in that defensive transition. Keyshawn was down on the block, tried to get out of a double team, and was fouled. Van Dyke is my other starter, and thank you there by Kendall fouling there, so I can pick that up. His second.
Keyshawn walked to the free throw line. He thought he was fouled in the act of shooting.
Box out of bounds play for the Devils under their own basket. Triggers in. Clay gets to the top of the key. Scoops. BL3 comes behind the screen on the right side. Good from 3. Took the screen from Louthan, hits it. And BL3 for 3. That's Woodmark Building Center. WoodmarkBuildingCenter.com. 38-28.
Nice set by Coach Douglas off the out-of-bounds play.
Devils man-to-man, BL3. And he's saying, hey, Brooks is pushing off on me. And all he did was kind of reached at the ball. Got called for the foul.
Well, you like to see the aggressive nature, of the Blue Devils defense, start this third quarter. They're getting out there. They're being very aggressive with their hands, their bodies and their feet.
Bradley, his first foul. Like we always mention, reaching is not a foul. It's when you reach and actually hit the guy. But in many years, as you're watching grade school basketball, he's reaching. In the half-court set, Jarius Rice Jr. comes in. He gets hung up on a screen, and Bailey Howard hits a triple there for a three-pointer. And on the other end, block shot goes out of bounds. It will be the Blue Devil basketball with 6:08 left third quarter action. Devils lead 38-31. Louthan and Thomas right in front of the basket. Rice gets it.
Oh, bad
Louthan
pass.
down on the block. Keyshawn gets out in front, steps in. Ball goes off the glass. He gets it, and he scores. He missed his first attempt. He grabs it, and as he went to the left side, he actually had his back to the basket and reached over himself, put it off the glass, and now the and one.
Good things happen, when you get the ball down low to Key. You know what I mean? He's either going to get a good shot at the basket, and in that case, he got double teamed and still got a good shot, got the offensive rebound, and then finished it off.
Third foul against the Stars. Second foul against Bailey Howard. We've talked a couple times, when you're talking, what's the key? What's the key? As you call Keyshawn the key. Well, you've said it right there.
Well, I tell you what, everything works inside out. You get the ball into him. He makes great decisions, on the block.
The blue-collar three is good by Keyshawn. Thank you, Woodmart Building Center. Jack McKenzie Way. Out by OLA Seminary. That was a long time before the North Campus of Quincy University and John Wood Community College in between. Now your little tips there in the middle of this broadcast. From the top, drive to the basket. No good there by Bailey Howard. It was a good drive.
Keyshawn running the floor.
In transition, good hands there by Bailey Howard. And here come the Stars the other way.
Trying to get too cute.
And we should have been trying to take charge there. Luckily, Rice Jr. gets the rebound. I want to see some Jeremiah's. Down court, left side. BL3 does a little runner and gets fouled. And I think if that's Bailey Howard, it might be his third foul, and they're all in the second half. So it'd be nice to see him sit for a little bit.
I'd like to see BL3 take one more dribble and hammer that one.
5:23 left, third quarter action, 41-31. As we mentioned, Bailey Howard with his third foul. He's going to, no, he's not going out. I thought for sure coach would take him out. Your fear there if you don't. There he is, because if you don't, all of a sudden number 4 comes on you. And number 4 does come, but it's the replacement, Mark Pearson III, who wears number 4.
That's a big loss with 5:23 left in the third, taking out your best player with 3 fouls, down by 12. This next 3 minutes could, bode, well for the Blue Devils and, stretching this thing out a little bit.
He is a load. Devils come out in a 1-2-2 three-quarter court with Dom Clay at the point.
10 seconds.
And that's what you do. You lull guys to sleep. They make passes back and forth. Next thing, 10 seconds, Devils basketball.
Well, you do that 1-2-2 three-quarter court. The ball press is what I like to call it. And, it takes away the aggressivity. I don't know if that's a word or not.
It is now.
Of the offensive team.
We'll send that to Webster and have him add that there.
Good move.
Inside of the block, turn to the block and to the hole. Give Keyshawn the basket. He's got 5 in the second half.
Got the big boy from the Stars on his hip and took it to the hole hard.
Devils on a 7-point run. Shot from the left corner, no good. Rebound on the weak side, no good by the Stars. Ball is tipped out. It's running around on the floor. Robinson picks it up at the top. Stars get another look at it. Van Dyke. Another one of those running left hand off the board. Ball's going to stay here on this end. It looks like both officials had the call. It looks like against the Blue Devils.
Looks like Keyshawn kind of snuck out a little bit going to the other end and before we had the rebound on that one.
Mark Louthan, his first foul. Devils second of the third quarter. 4 on the Stars. Box out of bounds play for the Stars in their black and white. Sets up Van Dyke. Nice that Bailey Howard's out. 4:30 left in the third quarter and going.
Travel.
Oh, there it was. Making the move and turning was Pearson the third. He ran into the wall called Keyshawn Thomas, and after he bounced off him, he thought he had a move, but he already scooted his feet a few times. Substitutions now coming from the Stars. Bringing in three. They'll send bodies at you. Kendall Van Dyke comes back into the ball game. Quasey Hughes comes into the game. It's a line change, basically.
Well, they're sending Bailey Howard back in, which, you know, well, if they don't have him in there, this lead might go from 14 balloon up to 20.
You know, I understand the line change now, being the North Stars.
Okay.
Just leave it there.
Minnesota North Stars, yeah, okay.
That's a long, you have to be old for that one. Full court pressure coming man-to-man out of the Stars.
Now they're the Wild, and the North Stars are down in Dallas.
Hockey and that in Florida. In the half-court set, Keyshawn. Defense fell off him. Keyshawn missed the three.
Good
and on the weak
glass.
side, Rico Clay Jr. came in. He gets the offensive board and the putback. And the Devils are on a 9-point run here, Coach. 47-31. In the backcourt, double team and nobody helping out. Pearson the third launches the ball over by the scoring table. Devils basketball.
So what was the halftime score? How many did they have?
35-26.
So they've got 5 points in the first 4 minutes. Whenever you give up a point a minute, you're getting it after on the defensive end.
BL3 in the backcourt brings the ball up. Man-to-man coming from McCluer North. Left side behind the arc is Keyshawn.
Oh,
and a flash of the hole.
Finish.
One extra dribble. But what's nice was Rice Jr. took the extra dribble, missed the shot, but on the weak side, Rico Clay Jr. for the offensive board and the putback.
I wonder if those two football players practiced that during football season.
Well, and
one side to the other.
Jarius had the basket, too. He lost it for a second and put it down. 49-31. Foul, though, called on the Devils. Louthan commits his second, third in the quarter for the Devils. Devils are going there man-to-man. Rice Jr., Clay Jr., DL3,
almost.
Dom, and Keyshawn in the left corner. And that's what happens when everybody gets off once you try to go for a steal. Bailey Howard hits a three-pointer from the left corner. That'll stop the 11-point run by the Devils. We'll keep it right here on the quick timeout with 3:23 left in the third. Devils 49, Stars 34. Tell you what, that run right there, Coach, we started off. We gave a bucket. We got our own three. We gave up a three. 38-31, then we go on an 11-point run, and the defense was aggressive. Good ball play.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're getting the deflections, pushing it down. You know, and when they get slowed down and they're patient on the offensive end, you know, they're getting the ball down low to Keyshawn. And, you know, to be honest with you, McCluer North doesn't have an answer for Keyshawn, you know, underneath the basket. And he's been, you know, a man playing amongst boys here in the third quarter.
And look at that, too. Bailey Howard has 22 of the 34 points.
Oh, yeah.
The ankle didn't stop him. He has 3 fouls. Maybe that'll slow him down, although it hasn't. Here's that full court pressure, sending guys after us. Keyshawn gets it across the timeline, then right back to BL3, who stands at half court.
Get it to the ball handler. Let me get down low.
Double A guards him. Works left side, hesitation, dribbles. Double team was there for a moment.
Pass.
Inside, and I tell you, it was a good look to Rico. He had a good head fake and a good step to the basket with a dribble, but somewhere in between there was an extra step. Now the Devils will come out in their 1-2-2. Clay will have it at the point. That's Dom, BL3, and Rice Jr., and deep Keyshawn and Rico Clay Jr. Almost a steal deep, but the Stars will bring it back out. At the point, Terry Cornell. BL3 playing man on him. Gets through the screen of Hughes. Hughes still hanging around there. Brooks comes around. Brooks takes a three, no good. Ball went over Rice's, but there was Keyshawn for the rebound. Boy, I like that 4-2 with that dark wood in the inner circle there. Rice loses the handle. Whoa, maybe a break here as diving for the ball. It was going to go to the Stars, and from here it looked like Rice reached over, hustling, and knocked it out of bounds. But the Devils will get the ball back. Jarius will take a break. Cameron comes back in. Cameron had those 2 fouls in the first. We got him out before the end of the first half, before he got the third. 2:30 left, third quarter. 49 for the Devils, 34 for the Stars. Pressure in the backcourt. Dampier back in the game there for the Stars. Wires off the left side. Keyshawn posted up. They get it in. He's in the short corner on the left side. Tries the step, brings it out front, takes a little hook shot. Weak side, strong side. That was Rico Clay Jr., was it, or was it BL3?
BL3.
BL3, it was so quick up there. The offensive putback. It looked like Rico, but it was quick like BL3.
Once again, you had two guys, going to Keyshawn, and that opened up the offensive glass for the Blue Devils.
Inside 2 minutes left in the quarter. Bailey Howard trying to work on Keyshawn. Takes him down. Nope. He's going to have to give it up on the left side. Shot from the left, no good for three. Good job by Rico Clay Jr. with a strong rebound.
Good challenge by Wires. Good rebound by Clay Jr.
BL3 across the timeline through the legs by Brooks all the way to the hole. Pulls it back and then rolls it in with the finger roll.
George Gervin-esque-like.
I just like the way he pulled it up to almost Dr. J and then did that. And it was Gervin. For all you young kids, look it up. It's in the history books. 1:15. Devils up by 19 now. Left side. Good job there. Dampier lost the handle. He was going down to pick it up. And here comes Wires out of there. Didn't get the steal, but knocked it out of bounds.
I say the aggressiveness of the Devil defense here in the third quarter. This is where they need to bring it out. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. But once again, this is the first game. We've had a week layoff, before we play again. Getting back into the groove of things.
Teron Brooks took the drive. Ball knocked out of bounds. 1:05 left in the quarter. Stars will have the ball. Coach Douglas wants to call a timeout. We'll take one, too. Devils 53, Stars 34. Blue Devil Basketball, MeccaSportsCo.com.
In the event of a sudden, serious injury to your bones or muscles, our orthopedic trauma surgeons are equipped to care for your injuries and optimize your healing. You can get immediate orthopedic care at our Level 2 Trauma Center or Orthopedic Walk-In Clinic. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
Back here at Collinsville with 1:05 left, third quarter action. Devils with a good quarter here after giving up 5 and only getting 3 to start the quarter off, being down. An 11-point run built it to 49-31. And after giving up that three-pointer by Bailey Howard, Devils whip out the next 4 points, leading 53-34. Good third quarter, Coach.
They've come out, like I say, aggressively on the defensive end, and they've been feeding Keyshawn, underneath the basket, down the block. And once again, you feed him down there, good things are going to happen because he's going to make good decisions, whether, he gets a shot up with 2 people guarding him or, 2 people on him, he's going to kick it out for the wide open look.
Devils come out with the defense. Wires, BL3, Keyshawn, and Clay squared. Stars with the basketball. That's Brooks in the lineup with Van Dyke. Van Dyke pulls up, shot no good. Rico Clay Jr. the rebound. Inside a minute of the third quarter. Wires, now here comes a jump at half court. Wires takes it down to the short corner on the right. Skips it all the way over into the left corner, Dom Clay.
Ooh, almost came down out of bounds.
Yeah, and good recovery by the Stars with that long pass across the court. Inside 40 seconds. Wires in the high post. Rico Clay Jr. Hey, why not hit your brother on the left side? No good for 3. But Rico Clay picks up the rebound. He's having a heck of a ball game off the bench. Right side, shot, BL3, no good. Inside, count it. Strong rebound inside. We're going to get an and one. And who was it?
Rico Clay Jr.
There we go, baby.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be up there, 6, 7 rebounds, and several putbacks. Well, he got 6, 8 points.
How about 10 already, Coach?
10, okay.
And it wasn't silent. He's done a great job out there. Robinson on the foul. His first, the 5th foul in this quarter, 23.6 seconds left, that being the third quarter.
Especially on the offensive glass.
Oh, and he banks it in. Hey, they all count the same. Hey,
I used to always say if you don't call it, don't count.
Oh, exactly. Hey, we'll throw this one out to Jim Obert. He's a banker. That was a freebie there for you, Jimmy. I didn't tell you who. Inside 20 seconds, Devils by 22. BL3 will pick up at half court. He's got Bailey Howard. You know he wants to take the last shot. And I'm not too sure that's not a bad place for him to shoot out there. Couple crossovers. BL3 is going to stay between him and the basket. Oh, he traveled, but he still got the ball in the corner. Double A misses. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. The Blue Devils with a great quarter in the third, 56-34, and we're off to the fourth quarter right here on mechasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Back in Collinsville, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. What a legend. And you always want to be here on day 2, not at the auxiliary gym. Tomorrow's game, no matter what, and I love the way I had this tournament set up because you know when you play the next day, no matter what. You either play at 11:30 here or you go to the auxiliary gym and play at 11:30. At that point, then, it changes for your second game of the day. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit out here on mechasportsco.com. Glad you're here with us. Love the radio call. Well, you still have to find stuff on the computer, but that's cool.
We're going big now.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Bruce Terstege. He's a Blue Devil from 1979, our former producer for years. Here we go. Last quarter's here. Stars have the basketball. Cornell's in the lineup. Hughes comes back out. Bailey Howard, he ain't going anywhere. He's going to be here. The big man is not in. We got Van Dyke in. We got a foul by the Devils. It'll be Dom Clay. Double A is going to be that other player for the Stars. So in the fourth quarter, Devils will have the first foul. Dom Clay, his first foul of the ball game. Devils come out with Keyshawn, BL3, Trace Ruth in the ball game now. He had some good minutes in the first quarter. And Clay squared. Left side, shot taken double A, no good. Boy, Rico was up there. Everybody was up there. It went over. The shot was Hughes. He got the rebound. And then Hughes had his shot blocked by Rico Clay Jr. Dom Clay in transition on the other end went up, missed the layup.
Well, he thought he was going to dunk it, but he's a little bit too far out.
Yeah, you can't leave from the free throw line. Only Dr. J does that. Oh, and Michael Jordan. Well, other guys have done it too. Those are the legends, though. Shot no good there on the drive. Bailey Howard taken to the basket, knocked out of bounds. Blue Devil basketball with 7:07 left in this one.
Well, they just need to, play smart, be disciplined here, make sure you're getting a good shot every time down the basket. And, if you could do it in transition off of your defense, get a good look, do it. If not, run your stuff, be patient, set your screens, because they're going to come at you and double team.
They were just starting to there, and BL3 got the ball out. It goes in the left corner. Rico Clay Jr. takes the three. As well as hot as he is, that three he thought felt it. Missed the shot. Bailey Howard brings it across from the Stars.
It was still a good open look.
I agree.
Within the offense.
Off the left side, double A, in, short hook, no good. Van Dyke had position, was trying to get the tip, grabbed up there, and Keyshawn come over to help and block the shot, and Keyshawn called for his first foul only. That's playing a hard game. You played 3 quarters in a minute and a half, and you've got 1 foul on you. 6:35 left in this one. At the line will be Van Dyke. Makes the first free throw. He'll have another. First score of either team here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is good. Van Dyke 2 for 2 there on the charity stripe. 56-36. Devils by 20. Here it is. Double A picking up BL3 coming across. And look at, they chase a guy from the other end of the court to come get him. Good pass. Trace Ruth cut to the basket. His layup bounced off the rim. Trace realized that somebody needed to be there, and he made a nice cut. It was a good pass to him. Bailey Howard. Oh, a bailout there. Bailey Howard, good move by 2 Devils. Rico Clay Jr. was there. They call a blocking foul. It was in the air, and it was on the block itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, I have to analyze it for everybody so you understand what it looked like. There was nothing down on the floor of contact. It was up at the hand. Bailey Howard will be there to shoot it 2. By the way, we haven't used it since the opening tip or the introduction to the starting lineup. Harrison Bailey Howard. The Bailey Howard is hyphened. That English moment brought to you by, who is the English professors over at, teachers over at Quincy High? I got to know those things. Segue into that. 6:11 left in this one. Bailey Howard hits the first and connects on 2. He's got 24 in the ball game. With Boss Devils, Cameron Wires back into the ball game. Dom Clay got a break. Trace Roos skips it to the right side. BL3, and now we spread it out a little bit here. Cameron at the point, all the way back at half court. Trace Ruth on the left side, BL3 on the right. Rico Clay working the post, and Keyshawn in the left corner. Trace Ruth comes around, 14-footer, good. He came around the screen and just smooth. Trace Ruth.
No hesitation on that shot, and that's what you'd like to see.
Up by 20 still for the Devils. In man-to-man in the half-court set. Winner this one gets O'Fallon. Loser plays Decatur MacArthur, who lost in an overtime game right before this one. 3 is no good. Cameron Wires got the rebound. Cameron Wires was trying to get it out because he knew Keyshawn and BL3 were heading off for a break. He does get it to his teammates, but there was not a break.
Well, and BL3 did a great job. You know, it was 2-on-4. You know, brought it back out, reset the set.
5 minutes left.
Oh.
Trace, good pass. Oh, my goodness. Dropped it down to Keyshawn on the left block. Flying in from the right side was Rico. Tried to dunk it. Missed. Rico saved the ball. Cameron grabs the ball, takes it to the hole, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That play had some nice points to it. Ruth got it inside. It looked like the ball was going to be thrown over his head.
Yep.
Keyshawn with a good pass to Rico flashing, and Rico went up there flying. Cameron will go to the line. The foul was called on Hughes, his second. Wires on the day. Well, I'm not going to say. All right, he's 2 for 4 now. Devils in the first half were 6 out of 12 from the charity stripe. Second half, 5 for 5. Double A goes out into the ball game now. Cornell.
They're definitely better than the 6 for 12. I don't know if they're as good as the 5 for 5, though. You know what I mean? Somewhere in between.
Mark Birnbach will tell you he can shoot 100%. LSU Pitt way back when. And last one goes in. Forget those jinx out there. 6 for 6 right now. And speaking of 6, 6-0 for the Devils. 60-38. Inside 5 minutes left in this one. Wires, Ruth, Keyshawn, Rice Jr. also in the game, and BL3, and they force the Stars to throw the ball away.
Once again, the pressure on the wings, you know, and lack of communication by McCluer North showed up well for that defensive possession for the Devils.
Devils on the perimeter to the right side, short corner. That's Keyshawn. Pulls, shoot good. Keyshawn faces up well.
Once again, you get the ball down to him on the block, or that was extended block. You know, he turned around and hit the nice, sweet shot.
Teron Brooks with a nice, not so much a Eurasian, he just slowed his move down on that one. Hits the bucket, 62-40. Devils with the lead and the basketball halfway through the last quarter. That means there's 4 minutes left in the game. BL3 brings it out. Wires is out also. Around the perimeter. Keyshawn steps behind the arc. Crossover dribble. Defense picks him up. He found Ruth in the corner. Trace passed up the shot. Back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn made a jab step. Called traveling, but did make a nice shot after the call. No points for that. 3:52 left. And stick around after the ball game. We'll have the Hardee's post-game show from 30th and Broadway. Not the post-game show, but that's where Brian Harms is in Hardee's. Robinson makes a drive to the basket. Wires got it knocked away. Rice picks it up. Out to Keyshawn. Keyshawn shuffles from the right side to BL3. BL3 throws the hands up because he's going to shoot 2. And he threw the hands up because that was the follow-through. His hands went up, and the ball didn't go because someone grabbed his arm.
And Bailey Howard gets number 4. It doesn't matter right now, though.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, he's played this second half pretty solid. First half, we saw him go down a little bit with an ankle briefly. Got in foul trouble, spent very little time on the bench. And again, they get back to St. Louis there if they're not playing Chaminade and East St. Louis and those teams.
I think I got Vashon coming up.
Gotta love it. Both free throws, bam, bam, before you can turn around. 64-40, Devils with that lead. They've enjoyed way back into the first quarter. Oh, Ruth steps up and gets a steal. Looking like a 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-2, and it's a good pass. Give Ruth the assist. BL3 gets the basket. Nice job. Not only Trey stepping up in the passing lane, but then working that 2-on-2, drawing his man to him. In the left corner is Cornell. Down to 3 minutes left in this one. As we mentioned, too, we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Freiburg Insurance Agency. We'll also talk to Coach, and that is brought to you by the QHS Auto Group. Devils with a foul out here. They're fourth now in the quarter. Cameron Wires is going to be called for the foul. For Cameron, his third. BL3 is off to take a seat. And checking in will be Jacob Salisbury, wearing number 4. Salisbury, Ruth, Wires. Also, Avion Tate came in, and Jareus Rice Jr. Shot no good. Wires gets the rebound. Cameron on the drive. Cameron brings 2 or 3 guys to him. Backs it out now. 2:40 left in this one.
Shoot, he had it all the way down to, the volleyball line inside the lane, then brought it back out. Good idea.
Rice Jr. on the block. Turnaround shot, no good. Inside. Tate tries to get a hold of it, and pulling the ball away was Brooks. Brooks and Bailey Jr., or Bailey Howard, were the guards in the first half. Bailey Howard has been the guy in the second half for the Stars. Drive to the basket. Finger roll, no good. Salisbury almost had the rebound. Bounced over his head. Kenton Robinson, his second bucket of the ball game for the Stars. He's the big man inside at 6'5". Might be 6'6". That print was awful small. 2 minutes left in this one.
Well, the thing is, he's been playing against Keyshawn all day.
And they started with 2 big guys on the low block to start, and immediately got out of that, went to a 4-guard offense. Wires, right side. Ryers, strong to the hole, no good. Tate had it. Tate missed it. Rebound put back. Ruth. Both were up in the air instead of bringing it down and going back up, but we had 3 good looks at the basket.
Two offensive boards.
A drive. Bailey Howard, nice move. Almost Robinson with a good tip, but Rice blocked the shot, and it went out to Wires, who takes it down, scores, but the foul was called before he got to the basket. That was a good play there because Rice went up. Robinson would have got that ball and shot it. He went up and blocked his shot on the rebound. I saw number 3, the foul, and his first. Well, number 3 is Bailey Howard, and it'd be his 5th. Did he just foul out?
No, number 1 got his 3rd foul.
Oh, how about that? Depends on where the numbers are at. Teron Brooks with that foul. Devils in the set. Oh, Cameron pulls up for a little nice shot from the right side. Good job, Cam, as we'll get more subs coming in for the Blue Devils. I like the way that works, Coach, especially when you got the numbers under 5. Remember, you couldn't have those numbers in the old days because if the official had to use them for his call here or whatever you'd like. Approaching 1 minute left.
Flashing the fingers.
Nathan Poulter in the game with Salisbury. Also Emmerich Batley into the game. I was waiting for the call to see who made that. Brooks hit that one. Thank you there, PA announcer. Inside a minute. Devils lose the ball in the front court. Also into the game with Salisbury and Tate, Poulter, Emmerich Batley, and Max Wires. Shot from the outside, no good. Inside, rebound of the big guy, Robinson. He gets the basket. Wires was behind. He wouldn't know what you could do about that one. Max Wires across the timeline. Gets double teamed. Gets it to Tate. Good job, Avian, coming out to help out. And he helps out with a little screen. And then Max is a linebacker. Takes Brooks and little shoulder on the move, knocks him down. And now Max will get the foul on Brooks. And it wasn't really blatant. He just leaned in a little bit. And there goes Brooks sliding back about 5 feet.
Next foul will be shooting 2 free throws.
Both teams have 4 fouls now. That was called on Pearson, the third. In the backcourt, 15 seconds left in this one. Salisbury across the line. They're still going to double team him. Poulter left wing, so it's keep away. So we don't have to shoot these at the end. Max got it, though, right away. I don't know if they wanted him to shoot the ball. He'll bring it out at half court. And there is the final buzzer. The Blue Devils pick it up in the third quarter. They take a 35-26 lead at halftime, stretch it to 22 after 3, 56-34, and close out 68-46 with a victory.
Well, 31 points in the second half. I mean, that's what you need to do. That's what you expect, from the Blue Devils. Defensively, second half only held them to 20 points. A couple of those were garbage at the end of the ball game. Did a much better job, the effort on the defensive end in the second half.
Devils advance tomorrow, 11:30 in the morning right here, and take on O'Fallon in that ball game.
Well, and that's going to be, O'Fallon, let's say they're battle tested. I remember, a couple of years ago we came down here and O'Fallon beat, the Blue Devils in the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. So, this is a battle-tested team. They play against the toughest competition down here in the St. Louis area that you can play against. The Blue Devils will be tested tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow morning, excuse me.
We've covered all parts of the day
now. It's one of those things. You got to get up, 11:30 in the morning, hopefully your body clock's ready to go, and it's going to be a heck of a battle tomorrow. And then, after that, then we got to come back again, play at, 6 o'clock at night?
Win 6 o'clock, lose 7:30.
Okay, 6 o'clock I'm hoping for. So, good ball game today. They came in, took care of business. I thought they were a little sluggish first half, after being off a week, and not having any competition. Second half, they came out a lot sharper, especially on the defensive end.
Well, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Please stick around. We have the Hardee's post-game show. Brian Harms, 30th and Broadway. We'll also talk to Coach and the Coach's comments, brought to you by QHS Auto Group. And then we'll also pick our Freiburg Insurance Player of the Game. And before we break out, we'll wave at Chris Martin and his family down here as they've joined us here for the games here at the 40th Annual Holiday Tournament. Devils put a victory in the book and love it right here. For Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Join us on the other side. The final score, your Quincy High Blue Devils 68, the McCluer North Stars 46. And you're listening to Blue Devil Basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance, your local independent Pekin insurance partner, is proud to support young people in sports and academics in the Quincy area. After the game, make a note to stop by their office and discuss your current policies and future needs for your business, home, auto, and family. Pekin Insurance offers a variety of plans to meet your coverage needs. Give Freiburg Insurance a call at 217-224-7774. Go Devils.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, We've got you covered from head to toe.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at Collinsville, the postgame show brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Brian Harms and Company. And the first checkoff of the quest, if quest wasn't 5 letters long, I would start with each letter as we went through this 4 games. Maybe QU, there you go. A Q for Quincy to start off the quest. And the Devils started it this way, down 2-0 early. Devils put a 7-6 and a 5 run together in the first quarter. After one, though, 22-13 as McCluer hung around. Second quarter, Devils back and forth. You heard Coach talk about it at halftime. 35-26, Devils up by 9. Third quarter is where they're hanging their hats on. Got out on defense, picked it up, put an 11-point and a 7-point run together in that quarter. Gave up only 8 points in the quarter. After 3, led 56-34 by 22. Close it out in the fourth and win this one 68-46. Good stuff now, 10-0 for the Devils.
Well, looking at the stat sheets, which, I want to thank the people down there in Collinsville, for getting it to us. The keys, obviously BL3, that is 24 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Cameron Wires pitched in, second, third and fourth quarters, ended up with 11 points. Keyshawn, 13 and 8, couple assists, but the key person that I saw on the stat sheet, in 12 minutes, Rico Clay Jr. had 11 points and 6 rebounds, in 12 minutes. He very, his job on the offensive glass, of his 6 rebounds, 4 of them were on the offensive end. So he did a great job, effort on the offensive glass.
Breaking down those boxes from my book, I'm glad they match up as they always do. Sometimes it takes a little math sometimes. I'm fast math, baby, but sometimes it's a little too fast for my own good. Leading the way was Bradley Longcourt, and did you not say that? 24 points. 13 out of Keyshawn, in case I missed you there. Rico Clay Jr. 11. Cameron Wires had 11. We get in the single digits, 6 points out of Dom Clay. A single free throw by Mark Louthan, who defense was key early in that ball game, especially contesting some shots. In the ball game and now scoring, Jarius Rice Jr., Jacob Salisbury, Nathan Poulter, Avion Tate, Emmerich Batley, and Max Wires. That's 68 for the Devils.
Well, Trey Ruth had 2.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. You know what? He was up there somewhere. I got the 2 right there. Thank you. Miss things every once in a while. Thanks for calling me on you. On the other side, it was Harrison Bailey Howard with 24, only 2 free throws in the last quarter, putting up the threes. He was the guy that really wanted the basketball the whole game, as you heard his name throughout. 9 points out of Teron Brooks, 6 points from Kenton Robinson, the big guy. He got 4 of those late. 4 points from Kendall Van Dyke and 3 from AA. A host of other players out there also. Terry Cornell played in the game, Mark Pearson III, Jalen Wright, Donner Dampier. And I think that might have made the lineup. He snuck in late. QZ Hayes, also Hughes in the ball game. And that rounded out their lineup for them, and they had 46.
Well, and, I sit down there and I look at some of the other keys. We were talking about getting the ball inside, to Keyshawn, and dominating the paint. The Blue Devils outscored McCluer in the paint 36-14, in the game. Points off of turnovers. Blue Devils forced 14 turnovers. Off of those 14 turnovers, Blue Devils scored 22 points. We had 8 turnovers. McCluer scored 4 off of that. Second chance points, 14-6. Bench points, we outscored them 13-0. Overall, very good, especially with Rico Clay coming in, with the spark, especially in the second half.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing that in my life, You know, years ago, Mike Cochran called me the Chronicles. Just had all this information just flowing out. At Culver Stockton, where I went, the Chronicle is their paper, you know, or their, you know, they send out. I love the Closet Chronicles. Kansas, a song. But I got to tell you, when it comes to Blue Devils, you better send this guy a check, by the way. Keith Douglas, he's got it all. Keith just sent me a note, and thank you, Keith, for this note, by the way. I did not realize Tony Ball died last December. So a year ago, we lost Tony Ball. He also, at the time, here in Collinsville, in 1970, had the single-game scoring record of 40 points in a game. Good stuff there on Tony. And even Stevie couldn't catch on that, but Stevie had to, you know, share the ball with some heck of a ball players out there. So thank you again, Keith, for that note out there. Tell you what, Coach, we can pick our player of the game a little early out here. They did pick a guy out here. I'm going to give him a nod, but I'm going to do a double today, and I got to. There's just no doubts about it. BL3 led the Devils with 24 points. Again, does everything he has to. I love that he's the MVP, but I think there's another nod that has to go with him on a co today. Would you not agree?
Yes, Rico Clay Jr. I mean, 12 minutes, you know, 11 points, 6 rebounds, you know, 4 of them on the offensive end. You know, he was a spark plug, you know, at the end of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter, you know, that helped us expand that lead. And very active on the offensive end, very active on the defensive end.
And with that, we'll take a break from Freiburg Insurance Agency, our player of the game here on mechasportsco.com.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiburg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiburg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
Back in the Hardy's game, post-game. And, of course, we just did the Freiburg. Congratulations to BL3. Congratulations to Rico Clay Jr. Congratulations to the Blue Devils. We're moving on.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I say, I think we were a little bit, you know, I know we had a good offensive, you know, first quarter, you know, but we didn't start picking it up on the defensive end, you know, until the third quarter when we got out after it, you know, and then stretched the lead out. And, you know, points in the paint and you know, points off of turnovers, that were our keys in the third quarter. You know, and, you know, as I said at halftime, got to feed Keyshawn on the block, you know, let him go to work. And I thought that worked out very well, the third quarter especially.
Tonight, now we will not have this, I'm sorry, folks, because there's just no logistics can get us from here to Bloomington to cover the girls tonight. So stay tuned. We'll try to give you scores on that whenever we can, find out, you know, ourselves. So good luck to the Blue Devils as they'll take on St. Ignatius. They thumped Rochester last night, and good luck to them. And we're hoping we get back up there to catch them again.
Well,
it all depends on where we play the next 2 days because Monday is the championship day up there.
Up there.
Here it's on Sunday.
I think they do, what, first and third on Monday,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken. So I think last year we got lucky that the Quincy High girls were playing for the third place game, you know. So if they can somehow get a victory against St. Ignatius, they'll be in the semifinals. So then we'll go ahead and see them on Monday.
That would be nice as well. Of course, good luck to Brad Dance and his squad here. We'll be staying right to as close as we can to pick up everything on that one. Boy, this was a good one here, Coach. They're all good. I mean, tell you, anytime you're in a gymnasium at this time of year and you're in Collinsville and you're a Blue Devil and you just won the ball game, is there anything better, Coach, for you?
Well, no.
Or any of the faithful?
No, it's, you know, win in advance. I mean, this is something that's eluded, you know, this group of Blue Devils. You know, and let's face it, this might be the second most decorated group, you know, of Quincy High Blue Devils, you know, in the history of this program. And this program is, once again, 2,100 plus wins, you know, and counting. You know, this might be the second, third most decorated group. I mean, you look back at the Larry Moore, Wissman, Bobby Spear group. You look at the Bruce and Michael years, and then you got to put this group right up there with them. The final chapter hasn't been written yet, but this group you got to put up there with that group, those groups.
And a couple thoughts in there. Bob Spears' group the year after the 72 team actually had a better record. And got bumped. It was number 1 against number 2, and that's where that happened there. I'll tell you what. And you go back to Class A, Class AA, only 2, or even before that, only 1 class.
Oh, yeah.
If farther you go back, we ask, of course, not only our generation, but our parents' generation and beyond. We had some pretty good teams way back then, too, and you really had to battle through, as even Quincy High found out a couple years in the 70s, taking on that team across town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things to where, this is a group that, has done a lot. You got the all-time leading rebounder. You've got, somebody, crawling up, in the points and everything. So, this is a celebrated group.
All right, and now time for the coach's comments. And Coach Douglas, first of all, we'll give you a congratulations. And as we always said before the ball game, too, you come off a couple days, you wonder how you're going to come out in the ball game. Again, you had the lead even at the half, but not until the third quarter did we really see it amped up.
Yeah, I told our coaches after the game and our guys as well, when you watch college games, and, whether it's this school has no business competing with Kentucky or Duke or Illinois, but teams compete because they're playing in environments they've never been. They're playing against competition that they've never played against. And if you're a competitor, you love playing games like this. For us, we love playing games like this where, not necessarily, I'm talking from the other side of it. We would love playing games against the top competition. We did all season last year for the most part. So those teams are going to come out with a different level of energy and focus, and they did that. I thought we did a really good job of withstanding that early on. Wasn't the lead that we wanted going into halftime by any means, but, for our guys to turn it up defensively, get a couple steals, get a couple fast break opportunities, and then execute a lot better, I thought, second half was good to see.
Well, there was a guy that made a shot and then started hobbling right in front of your bench named Bailey Howard, and it was nice to maybe see him go over, even when he got 3 fouls. He was one of those guys that liked the challenge. He had a ball game.
Yeah, he's a heck of a player. We got a chance to watch quite a few games that he played in, and understanding that he was their best player by far, and a guy that wasn't really looking to pass the ball. He wanted to score, and that's what they need him to do, and thought he played a really good game. We did a much better job second half of, knowing where he was, being there to contest shots. If we contest shots, that's what we want. We can't give him wide open threes. We can't let him beat us off the dribble, which he did quite often there in the first half.
Well, you talk about players, and of course BL3 is one of ours that they're always looking at. He did win the MVP, but our MVP was Coe, because as Coach Pettit said, in 12 minutes, Rico Clay Jr. had the spark defensively, offensive putbacks, 11 points. How many boards do you have, Coach?
6 boards, 4 offensive rebounds.
Yep.
Good stuff.
He goes after it, man. He's a great athlete. He's a strong kid. You might be able to meet him at the ball, but he's strong enough to where he's going to rip it from you, and we need that. We need second chance opportunities. We don't get it, and that's every coach will say you don't get enough of them, but we don't get enough by any means, and we got to be a little more aggressive there. He provided us with the spark.
Well, and I thought a key was in the third quarter when you came out and started feeding Keyshawn down on the block.
Yeah.
And then he started going up to the basket. Then they started double teaming. Then you start kicking it out for the wide open threes.
Right.
I thought that was a key third quarter.
Well, Key. I thought it was twofold, right? Key didn't do the best job of wanting the ball, catching it deep. He was running in transition and trying to kind of running around the defense instead of running through them to the middle of the paint. And we didn't do a really good job of looking inside at all, whether it was cuts or post-ups there in the first half. And he was a lot more aggressive there in the second. Wanted the ball, was quick with his decisions with the basketball in his hands, and made some really good plays.
Well, and the other big key that I thought, looking at the stats, you guys had 22 points off of their turnovers,
right,
and they had 4 off of yours. And it was like the pressure in the third quarter, the deflections, and then making that into easy baskets.
Well, Rico does, he played football and played it really well this year, but he does a really good job of anticipating those passes. It's like he's reading the quarterback and watching his body language, and he pounces on those balls. And we had more people today doing that. Dom Clay, I thought, was great in the full court. Cameron Wires in and out, was wiry there. Brad did a really good job of pressuring the ball. You know, and it's not on the ball that we're looking for steals as much as it's off the basketball.
Deflections
right.
and going to getting it.
Steals, reading passes out of traps. That's where we want them, and, you know, we got quite a few of those.
Well, I must tell you, too, Dom must be hanging around his brother a little bit, because on the long pass from the far end from Bradley Loncourt, he looked like Rico as a receiver when he went up and caught the ball and took it to the hole. That was some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
All right, now, Keyshawn early in the ball game. First of all, I won't ask why one sock is short and one sock is long, because there's reasons for that. Looked like maybe an ankle. Didn't know if it got bumped or twisted, anything?
Oh, he's good. Yeah, no.
Suck it up, spit on it, let's go.
He'll be fine.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
That's good, I'll tell you what. Well, hey, as Coach said, win in advance. You know, quest for the tourney is not 4 letters. So we went with QU for tonight. So QU is in there for Quincy, and we're going to go for EST to finish this one out.
Yeah, we need it. We got a good one coming up tomorrow, and you got to be ready. Obviously, the first one's the biggest one, but, you know, 2 games in a day, not an easy thing to navigate. But this group is, you know, they know what we're here for. We're not here for just competing in the championship game. We're here to win it.
It's a business trip.
Absolutely.
There you go. Congratulations. Get a good night's sleep. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
And that's, of course, Andy Douglas. His comments are brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Hardy's postgame show. Devils with the victory today, and they advance 68-46 on mechasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
If you're a business owner, a lot of things keep you awake at night. Your insurance shouldn't be one of them. With well-planned coverage from Pekin Insurance, you can rest easy. Call Freiberg Insurance in Quincy for a quick insurance review. They'll make sure your business coverage is up to date and thorough. Freiberg Insurance will work with you to put together a policy that fits your business and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pekin Insurance.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And back at Collinsville, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, as we get ready to close this thing out. Next game is on the way. Who's playing up next, Coach?
Woodlands and Oakville.
And Woodlands out of Texas, I believe. Oakville over in the St. Louis area. So it's a great match. The first day you get to play on the court. All the games are here on Virgil Fletcher. And then the split, as Coach always says, the have and have-nots. That's what ends up. The haves stay here. And it's the have-nots that do not always go the other direction. It's just you didn't have enough points on the day that you played the other team. So got to twist that one around some way. Well, I tell you what, that was some good stuff out here. I always love when you pull away with victory here. And, Coach, we continue running out the nobody's gotten close within single digits. That's the W is more important than the final score, especially when you're going to get into some tough competition.
Well, with this team, you just worry how they play. Hey, you know what I mean? Tonight, you know, first quarter, you know, they had a good offensive first quarter. Defensively, not very good. Second quarter, lackluster. Third quarter, they came out and got after it. You know, once again, they came walking out with about 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. So, you know, once again, love to be a fly on the wall, you know, in the locker room last couple, 3 times in there, because they've come out the third quarter with some fire in their eyes, you know, and got after it, especially on the defensive end.
Indeed. And it's not Wimbledon, breakfast at Wimbledon, but during basketball season, it is breakfast at the Virgil Fletcher. And with Prairie Farms, what are they, cottage cheese for breakfast?
I don't know. I'm going to go over and get some milk here.
There you go. But good victory, good game there, Coach. The Devils had a good game as well. Last thoughts on today?
Well, it's like get off your feet tonight because, tomorrow's going to be a grueling day. I know a lot of these kids play the AAU games and the AAU and whatever and get 2, 3, 4 games, in a day. But the intensity level of a high school game is a little bit different than the intensity level of an AAU game. And tomorrow they're going to have 2 tough games, with O'Fallon being the first one, and we'll see who comes through the bracket, for the second game. And, it's one of those things, get off your feet, rest, make sure you're hydrating, sit down and start watching some film, of O'Fallon. I think they got a good look at what O'Fallon had, because the Blue Devil team sat up here and watched the first half, and then came out after their pregame and watched the overtime and the end of the fourth. So, hopefully they got a good idea. Get off your feet, rest, hydrate, get ready to come out and get 2 W's tomorrow.
Well, I think there's 2 factors, obviously. One, these guys are young, and you got to love that. The second one and it's the work. We've talked about it throughout the early part of the season.
Oh, yeah.
The off-season work of these guys, and that's including BL2, setting these guys straight. But they set a goal, and the work that they did to get here, getting bigger, stronger, are for these days, and I think you'll see it.
Well, yeah, like I say, knock on wood, and I'm knocking on my head right now. Knock on wood, they'll come out tomorrow and ready to play from, minute number 1 and put 64 good minutes, on this Collinsville K-Hawk floor tomorrow.
You had Wood out there, and I had to throw another one out to Kevin Vandeman. Hey, Kevin and Brenda, hope you had a good holiday out there. Well, that'll do it for the Hardy's post-game show and our first broadcast here from Collinsville. Tomorrow, 11:30 for the tip. We'll be around 11:45. Again, we had an overtime before.
11:30, so we'll be on 11:15.
Exactly. Is that what I said?
11:45.
Oh, gosh. We'll be on 50. Thank you, Coach.
We'll be on at halftime.
Exactly. There. Well, that's what happened for the overtime game before us.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not sure. Maybe I have a little prognostication.
Never know.
Yeah.
Well, you never know, but we'll have fewer games in front of us tomorrow than we had today. So
Indeed. Now, at the end of all that, the Devils with a victory, 68-46. Move on, and you'll be able to pick up Blue Devil basketball tomorrow right here on mechasportsco.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stick right here tomorrow as we can't wait. Devils against O'Fallon on mechasportsco.com. Good day, everyone.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.